Okay, Assalamualaikum and good evening or good morning. So this is a recording for our chapter 4 about establishing UDP connections. Establishing UDP connections. So previously we used TCP in our code, but for UDP is quite similar, but you still need to change certain lines or certain code, not all but certain. If you see the comparison between UDP and TCP, right side is the UDP client and left side is the TCP client. So you can see the code UDP client able to perform like TCP client. UDP client you may include socket, connect, send and receive. But however, UDP client also capable of excluding the connect function. Excluding the connect function. Instead, in order to send or receive data, the UDP client different. You need to use send to, SENDTO bracket, and receive from bracket. If you want to exclude the connect function, you need to use this instead. These two functions to send and receive data. Okay, and the difference between server, UDP server and TCP server. For UDP server, there are no listen and accept function. Okay, I repeat, there are no listen and accept function for UDP server code. However, bind need still compulsory to include in our UDP code. Okay, but the most significant difference are the listen accept only included in TCP server. By UDP server, we can exclude the listen and accept function. Okay, so you can see our our code. You need to run here. Okay, receive UDP receive from. Okay, so you can run my left side ls receive from. So I have the connection. I already compiled the UDP receive from, and to run it, UDP receive. So similar to our nodes, binding socket, waiting for the connection. So in order to connect, you can use UDP client. Okay, UDP client, or you can implement UDP send to. Okay, so you create another one. You right click terminal and you run UDP send to. Okay, UDP send to. See, so successfully send data to the server, and the server able to send as well to the client. So the next code is to run the uppercase. Okay, before this we have done the TCP server. Client send small letter to the server, and the TCP server will return back capital letter to the client. Now we will do it in UDP. For UDP, you need to run server to upper. Run this. I already compiled and I have already the output. UDP server to upper. Okay, run, and then another terminal. You need to run UDP client. Run UDP client followed by localhost port number, and then enter. So when you send data, so the server able to run and convert the small letter to the capital letter. Okay, so this in the UDP. So the differences are here. These are the differences. These are differences. If you run the network code, okay, let's see. Okay, let's see our code here. Okay, UDP server to upper. Okay, cat .c. Okay, so let's see what are the network functions that involve. First of all, we create this FINet because it is IP version 4. Get address info here. This is the bind UDP need bind, right? And then followed by select function for the multiplexing to receive multiple server, multiple client, and then followed by receive from to upper, and then send to. See, send to. UDP server use send to, not send to, send to. Okay, so there are no listen function, no accept function. Okay, and then while the rest are similar with the TCP. Okay, so more details you can read more. So they are FINet. Okay, and then the differences is sock diagram. If you find this, see, the TCP socket use stream, TCP use stream, UDP use datagram. So that's why we use sock diagram. Okay, you can see the sock diagram here in our socket function. Here. So use socket diagram, but if TCP we use socket stream. Okay. So that's all for chapter 4 for UDP. More information you may read in our notes. Okay. In our notes. See, so UDP client can be structured in two different ways, depending on whether you use connect, send, receive, or you send to and receive from. See here. So UDP can use both. That's the advantage of the UDP. Okay, that's all for today, because for the asynchronous video I need to do it as short as possible, because if I provide a long duration of video, you will get boring. Okay, so these are the summary. So I hope you will read more in our notes in chapter 4. Okay, thank you very much and have a good day. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.